Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to Valley Views. I'm your host, Glenn Edison, and our sponsors, BTC Fiber. We want to certainly mention them and thank them for all that they do. We appreciate it. And today we have with us Jenna LaFevor and Jason Harville. And I should mention two former students of mine. Well, that's a long time ago.
It was.
We don't like to think about it.
But they're the new owners of the local depot, a new business here in town, and we want to talk about their business and share it because it's got a lot of, if you've not been in, it's a great place to go. A lot of neat things by a lot of local artists, and we're going to talk about that. So, Jenna and Jason, it's good to have y'all today, and we appreciate you coming on.
Well, thank you. Thanks for having us.
I want to talk about how long has this the local depot been on your burner? How long have y'all had this in plan?
So some version of something has been in our minds for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Jenna and I are collectors of things, and we are admirers of other people who are able to create things.
Right.
So once we realized we were getting too many of our own collections, we decided we wanted to do something, and we knew we wanted to do something in Dunlap, where we're from. But we got really seriously in the past year or so about making something happen. And so within the past year, we kind of hammered down what we wanted, and the local depot happened.
Well, I noticed when I was in the other day that there's so many local artists and so many variety of things. It's not just one thing, it's all kinds of things. Could you elaborate maybe with some of the items you have?
Oh, we have so much local talent. We were blown away by all of the local talent. In fact, we have everything from painters, we have photographers, we have woodworkers, we've got, of course, collectors, vintage, antique type stuff. We have a girl who does custom party decor. We
hand-sewn items.
Hand-sewn items. We have hair bows. We have clothing. We have a lot of things that are unique to Dunlap and our valley and stuff that are specially made for, people of our valley. We have food items. We have a great girl who does different baking and stuff like that. So lots of different stuff.
Well, that's neat. I know I certainly enjoyed I call it a tour, but I went to the store the other day and I spotted some things that were on my
Good. That's what we like to hear.
And I was real impressed with this store, especially the artist and everyone there, because there were so many, a variety of things and the talent that people put into those things.
Absolutely.
And it was just almost like when you go to a art circle or area, well, similar to like in Gatlinburg where they have their artist circle. I don't know if everybody's familiar with that, but so many crafts and so many things there, and so that's good. And the whole idea is you want to promote Dunlap and
Absolutely.
promote the local artists, and it's good for them as well. They get a little attention.
Right. That.
Because sometimes it's difficult for one person to sell their goods in maybe their own store, but when several people are able to come together as vendors, everyone is able to highlight and showcase what they're doing, and that's been one of the great things over the past few weeks of being able to do that for folks.
Right, because that helps everyone. And like you said, someone might have their own website, but they don't get all the looks on their website they need, but by having it there. And people coming in, it's right there on the main street, so everybody can come in. And you're having a grand opening soon, right?
Right, on Friday, July the 3rd. We're having our grand opening celebration. We've already opened, but this is our big celebration, so we have lots of different giveaways. We're going to have food, drinks, all of that kind of stuff, popcorn, lots of fun stuff going on that day.
Well, and this week being the week of the 4th, you'll probably have visitors from out of town.
Yes,
And
well, we certainly hope so. We've had a lot of people who have moved away who have seen our stuff on social media, and they're like, can you ship? And, we're like, we're not set up for that yet. So we're hoping that we're going to see a lot of them this weekend, too.
Well, that's neat because you have a lot of, I guess, new problems like the shipping, if that come up, but that's a good problem.
That's right. That's right.
Good. Well, tell us about your hours. I know your hours are limited, so tell us about your hours.
We are open Thursday through Sunday. Thursday through Saturday, it is 10 to 6, and Sunday it's 12 to 4.
12 to 4 on Sunday. Okay, so that's a good number of hours.
Yeah. We try to hit those peak days whenever most people are going to want to get out and shop and everything.
Well, and y'all stay busy those other days.
We do.
You're at UTC, right?
Yeah, we both have our own careers. I work at UTC. Jenna's a successful blogger. So we knew when we were starting something, at least at first when we were both going to be running the store, that we had to make sure that the hours also worked around the schedules that we have.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, because I was going to ask you if that was, I knew y'all had jobs, and I knew that was probably, I don't want to say part-time. It's the second full-time, really.
Right.
We took full advantage of the Corona situation in terms of the timing it allowed us to get to work from home, to be able to work from the store when possible. So there were a lot of negatives that impacted us starting up during a pandemic, but the timing and us being able to be flexible with our schedules was definitely a positive.
Well, I guess with the pandemic, it also gave you more time to get everything planned out and worked out.
It did.
Yes.
Initially, when we had purchased the building, we were trying to aim for a 2-week turnaround time after closing to get open, because we wanted to be open during Valley Fest. And that could have happened, but it would have been very, very stressful. So, you know, we will say that in that situation, the extra time was nice.
Well, good. And from my understanding, Valley Fest is going to be rescheduled for the fall anyway.
Yep.
And that might be a good time anyway in the fall for y'all anyway.
Yes.
And because I know there'll be a lot of fall things going on, a lot of fall festivals and so forth. So that'll be good for y'all. Well, have you? I know when I went in your store the other day, it was pretty full. Do you have more vendors that are trying to get in?
We do have a wait list for vendors right now. We are pretty packed in terms of space. As you said, it's pretty full. You know, we have a little bit of wiggle room for people who sell smaller scale items. But yeah, if people are wanting the bigger and larger booths, we've got a wait list for that going.
Well, good. And that's really a good thing. I was excited about that because when I went in, because I didn't know what to expect when I went in. I didn't know, and when I went in, I was just amazed. Just very impressive.
Thank you.
And y'all have done a great job. And is this the first time y'all have actually done a business or worked on a?
Well, I have owned my own business for 8 years now, and
I've done stuff on my own in the past as well.
So we have that background business experience. In terms of doing the type of store that we're doing right now, yes, that's the first time. But
yeah. So you're not just at the baby steps. You've had a little experience.
Yes, definitely.
Well, that's great. I guess, too, anytime you do something new, you always have those jitters about whether it's going to go or whether it's not. Did y'all go through that?
Oh, absolutely.
I think luckily we went through them at different times. So when I was having the moments of doubt and couldn't sleep, Jenna was calm. Yeah. And then shockingly, when she was going through her moments, I was calm and like, we're going to do it. And so far we've been able to play on the strengths that each other brings to the team, and we've known each other forever, so that also helps, that we know how to deal with each other and get each other out of the moods and the slumps, so it's worked out.
And our families were incredibly supportive. I mean, there is no way that we could have gotten that store ready in time without all of them being down there and helping us scrape floors, because we brought back the original floor of the building and, you know, build walls and all of that.
Bringing lunches and just everything.
Boosting morale, all of those things.
Well, I know that's important because family is always important to help. And actually, this is coming at a good time, the store and the opening with the summer months and more people out. So I'm sure that's. And has the crowds been pretty busy in there?
Yeah, we've been steady. I mean, I think every weekend, that first weekend that we were open, we were slammed, which was great. Not a bad problem to have, you know, by all means. But yeah, it's been steady, you know, and we expect this weekend to be, you know, pretty busy too with the celebration and the 4th, like you said.
Yeah. Well, do y'all have plans on being open or closed on the 4th?
As of now, we're going to be open the 4th. That's Jenna's favorite holiday. But I thought I wanted to take the opportunity to let folks who are in that 4th of July spirit, in the Dunlap spirit, be able to come in. I don't like being outside in the heat. So after the parade, the store will be open for a few hours just to give folks an opportunity to have something a little extra special to do.
Well, that'll give the folks from out of town a chance to come in. that way you won't have to ship.
And we have some special 4th of July items still left in the store, so it'll give them an opportunity on that final day to collect some of those items.
And I noticed too, you mentioned earlier, you have some things just Dunlap, special items about Dunlap. What are some of those things? I know some clothing items. Is there anything else?
We have T-shirts specifically for Dunlap and Sequatchie County. The Dunlap ones have DLP and the Sequatchie ones have SCO. And then we also have these fantastic hand towels that have 37327 on them, as well as some towels that have Sequatchie locals. And we also have new ones that are arriving. And we won't give away them just yet, but let's just say they're a nod to past favorite establishments of the valley.
Good.
And we also have some caps that have the DLP and the SCO on them
okay.
as well.
Yeah, I remember seeing those when I was in.
And going forward, our hope is to have a limited line of special local items every few months or so to kind of keep that going and give the people of the valley something to own. When you go to larger cities, there's a line of products that they have, and so we wanted to bring that here and have that
Right,
opportunity.
and that's good because that's probably one thing that maybe Dunlap lacks, other than the purple and gold Sequatchie County
Correct.
Indian type things.
Correct.
Right.
So that would be good.
And we've seen a lot of people buy those when they're going on vacation to visit family who no longer live here as a gift to give to them, or people are mailing them to their fathers for Father's Day when we were open on Father's Day. So
that's
people
neat.
are embracing the local items very well.
Well, good. Well, that's just great. I know I was excited when I heard about that y'all were doing that, and then I really got excited when I went in because it's just a wonderful story. How many right now? Roughly how many local artists, craftsmen do you have?
So we have 26 vendors total,
Yes.
and almost all of them live within the valley. If they don't live within the valley, they have some sort of connection to the valley in some way. So, I mean, essentially everything is local, in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
So not only they're supporting you, but they're supporting the local
Exactly.
business.
Yes. That's exactly right. Whenever you come in, there are, like we just said, over 20 different vendors to shop from. So, you might come in and buy 5 different things, and you're supporting, our store, but you're also supporting 5 other people, who make their own things, or who, build, or, stuff like that.
Well, and like I think I mentioned this earlier, I like the variety of things you had. I mean, it wasn't just like we mentioned clothing, but there's woodworking, there's metalworking, photography, and then the specialty items.
Yes.
So I was really impressed with all that. It's a good store, something Dunlap needed.
We knew we wanted a variety of vendors, and luckily the folks who applied at the very beginning were all very different.
Yes.
So we were able to keep all the items that we offer different. So as new vendors are applying, if they carry something that's similar, we have the conversation of, well, right now we have that item, but in the future, if that vendor decides to move on, we can transition you in. Because we want everyone to kind of have something different and be able to offer different things to the folks in the valley.
Right, and I can vouch there's plenty of variety there. And you get, when I went in, just to tell people, I know I keep talking about going in, but you go to one booth and you see all these things, and you go to the next booth and you go, oh wow, that's neat, that's different.
It is. It's totally different.
And then you go to the next and you go, oh,
Yeah.
And we do the same thing. We get excited when vendors are bringing in their new items because it's things that we would never think of or things we haven't seen before. So we did get just as excited with a variety of items as the shoppers do.
Well, good, and that's great. Do you have any particular item that's special to you, or the ones you like, or can you say that since you're the owner of the store?
Well, I mean, it's like Jason said, whenever people bring in new items, we're just excited to see what they're bringing in and to run over there and see if there's anything that we need to grab real quick for ourselves. I love this shirt. This is one of our farm shirts that we do, and it's one of my personal favorites. But, there's so many different things, my daughter loves the cake pops that the one girl does, my husband loves the t-shirts that one of the other girls does. We love the candle. There's everything, I really don't think that we have had a bad experience, and we haven't heard anyone else talk about a bad experience with anything that they've, seen or bought or anything like that.
Well, and as I compared it earlier to other craft areas, when I looked at the stuff, I thought, well, this is over here, and this is, you see it, those type things at other places. So it's good that it comes here.
Yes.
And, well, I hate to ask you this, but because you're probably going to beat me over the head. But if this were to go well and everything goes well, would you consider doing that at other places, opening up another business?
I think we want to keep everything local. We're really focused on Dunlap, and we're really focused on revitalizing that downtown area and seeing it come to life again. So, if everything went splendidly, then, we might look at doing something else as well, but I don't know if it would be the same thing or not. So, we'll just see. We like to leave everything open.
Well, as you mentioned, I know there's a lot of things going on downtown. A lot of people have bought some of those older buildings and have plans for them. It's just a matter of time. Those things take time.
Right.
Absolutely.
And it's just a matter of time. But I'm excited about that because I want to see downtown grow, and I know y'all do too.
Absolutely.
And being a part. And, sometimes we look at business owners being older, and here y'all are at a younger age doing this, and it's great.
Thank you.
Because you can encourage a lot of other younger folks to do things, not to sit and plan. I know it takes time, but when you plan things out and you work it out, you can do what you want to do if you put your mind to it.
And I think being over here now is giving us a more of an opportunity to be involved in other things in Dunlap and not just the business. So it's allowing us to be involved in planning some events and working with some local organizations. So that's another push behind why we are so excited to be back here a little more often than we were before, to be more involved and help out.
Because y'all really had a busy life before the lockdown.
Yeah.
So it's good to see y'all back in town and doing the things. Because like I say, I've been excited ever since I've heard about your store, and it's been a good experience. I think it'll be a good experience for Dunlap because it's different.
It's definitely different.
I don't really recall, not in recent history, anything like this. There may have been, I just don't recall it. Do you?
I think there were some things that highlighted certain types of items, but I don't think there was definitely anything that kind of pushed from the very beginning and made everyone aware of the types of services they were offering and the items they were selling and that kind of stuff.
Well,
and wanted Dunlap to be a part of it, which is what we want.
Well, and then you get people that come from out of town that have no connection to Dunlap, that come through here every day.
Correct.
They drop in your store and they see these local artists, then maybe pick up their card or things like that. Then they may get home and say, hey, I need to call these people, see if they can do this.
Absolutely.
And that just expands the businesses here and the people here.
And we have that happening.
Yes.
Our vendors have their cards available, most of them, and they are receiving special orders from people and getting contacted outside of the store. So.
Well, that's great because that way it builds up the local economy, but it also lets people know we have artists here too.
Absolutely.
Even though we're a small town, there's plenty of people out here that do plenty of things.
Absolutely.
And well, that's great. Anything you want to add that maybe we haven't gone over?
There's nothing that I can think of.
We just appreciate everyone that stopped by so far.
The support and the love that people from the community have showed us has just been mind-blowing. And it's meant so much to us. I mean, it's really kept us, like Jason was talking about earlier with those, he'd be down in the dumps or I'd be down in the dumps. Whenever, we would have somebody tell us, I'm so excited about what you're doing, I can't wait for it to open, it would automatically just, bring us back up. So,
and we already have regulars. Like, we have people who we know every Sunday morning when we open. They're going to come in and we at least get to see and talk to them.
Yeah.
We've been able to see people we haven't seen in years that we either went to school with or who taught us. Yeah. The day you came in, it was like teacher day because I saw 5 or 6 educators that day that came in just to see what was going on. So it's been great, and it just gives you that small town feel that at least for me, I need at this point in everything that's going on in the world. Getting that sense of a small town is really comforting.
Well, it really is, and you mentioned the teachers and everybody come in that you haven't seen in a while. Just the atmosphere, you know, that's to me is neat. The small town atmosphere.
Yes. We want people to walk in and feel like it's theirs. You know, whenever another reason behind this format and the store itself is we have fond memories of growing up in town and going to the Five and Dime, and you know the stores like that, and you know talking with the people behind the counter and knowing them, you know, on a first name basis, and just that small town feel, exactly like you said. And so we wanted people to have that experience again, and especially kids too. You know, I wanted my daughter to have that experience, and every kid that comes through Local Depot, we give them a little paintbrush that they get to take home and, you know, paint and stuff with. So, you know, we wanted them to have that memorable experience like we did growing up in town.
Well, good.
And it's the kind of place you can have a 5-minute conversation at the checkout counter, and you don't feel like you have to rush to get through, or you can step aside and keep talking to us while we're working. That's the kind of environment we want to make sure people have whenever they come into the store.
Really just the hometown atmosphere.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a place where everybody wants to go.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes, that's right.
Well, that's good. I hope everybody continues to come, because I know probably a lot of people don't know the plans for downtown, but there's a lot of things going on. The Chamber's got a lot of things planned for the downtown area, and then there's other business owners that are coming in and restoring some of those other buildings.
Absolutely.
And so it's good that you're a part of it.
And even with Local Depot, there's a couple more phases potentially to come within the building. We won't give those secrets away today, but the retail portion was phase 1, so we have 2 or 3 more phases to roll out.
That's great.
So.
That's great. Well, you'll just have to keep us informed.
Absolutely.
We
We'll be
will.
back to talk to you.
All right, great. Well, listen, it's been good to have you today. Is there anything else you'd like to say before we stop?
Thank you for having
Thanks
us.
for having us.
Oh, well, you're more than welcome. I'm excited about it, and I'm looking forward to getting back in there.
Thank
Great,
you.
thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Brought to you by Bledsoe Telephone Cooperative, your full-service telecommunications provider right here in the Sequatchie Valley.